Four bros, one mic, got a story to unfold. Talking comics, movies, TV, new and old. From the pages to the screen, every hero, every show. If it's part of pop culture, you know we're gonna go. Just us bros!
What's up, guys? We're here to talk about the He-Man Masters of the Universe movie. I am a child of the 80s. I love He-Man. We know. Okay, we know. So, did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Let's talk about it. Let's see how it goes. Just us bros. I'm Flashman.
I'm Bat Drew and also a child of the 80s, and it is still freaking hot here in Virginia. Someone turn on the AC outside.
Turn off
And
the
I am
fan.
Green Lantern, and I have also been called He-Man in the past.
What'd you guys think? Overall, how'd the movie feel for you? Y'all probably remember some of the cartoons, some of the goofiness. Like, what
I
was
remember the movie. Surprisingly, I think I watched the movie a lot as a kid.
Dolph
and I
Lundgren?
don't- Yes, I
Okay.
remember nothing about it, but I remember that I watched it. It was like, one of those things where like you're 3 or 4 or 5 years old and you're like,
Drunken
I
Recall?
love that as a kid. Yeah. And just remember nothing about it. But that being said, I did go into this movie with, I don't want to say low expectations, but I had no expectations. And by the end of it, I can say I had fun. Probably somebody that was into the cartoons and the maybe not the movie from the 80s, but the cartoons, they may have picked up more so on the references and the cameos and side plot stories that were happening. I did not, but that being said too, I didn't keep me from not enjoying the movie. So like on a scale from 1 to 10, give it about a 7.5.
I enjoyed it. Most of my knowledge of the Masters of the universe um, comes from the toys, just knowing about the toys. I did not watch the cartoon as a kid. Um, Most of my knowledge comes from a combination of the toys, Seth MacFarlane, Robot Chicken. So I have a very limited knowledge. Mostly everything I've seen has been parodies of it, but I know the gist of it. Um, I did not see the original movie with Dolph Lundgren, but I did love that he made a cameo in it. So that was pretty cool. And overall, I enjoyed the movie. I went in again, no expectations, not a huge fan, but I was entertained. I enjoyed the movie, and I love the soundtrack. The music for it got me pumped up.
When I took both of my niece and my daughter and my wife, and I'm all excited, giddy, happy, ready to go, and they're looking at me like I'm fucking nuts, right? So I am in there, sitting there, just like bouncing in the seat, ready for it to happen. And I have to say, it lived up to what I was hoping. At the end of the movie, my girls even said Skeletor was sexy.
What?
I want to watch that again.
Did
Okay?
you stay
Feel
for
like-
all three after
He did.
credit scenes?
I feel like he would not have reciprocated that though.
Probably not, but
Listen, I am not nice, I am not kind, and I am not wonderful.
you know what? That's fine.
It's fine. I don't remember Skeletor from my experience being that thirsty.
Oh
He was a little plain Jane in the cartoons and the toys, not so
Yeah.
much in this version. Drew, you saw the original with Dolph Lundgren. What did you think of Nicholas Galzantine's portrayal of Al? With your limited base knowledge, what did you think?
I think that the casting was for this character spot on because he kind of felt like a not fish out of water so much as when he went back to, shoot. When he was on Earth, he felt like a fish out of water, obviously, because he was like, guys, I'm telling you the story. It's not just a story for me to cope with things that happened in my childhood. That really did happen. So yeah, the casting was great for him. He made me feel like, yeah, he definitely could be this character that he was portraying, like you want to believe, like I wanted to believe him if I was in that movie and like I was actually in the movie and was telling me the story. I would be like, okay, I believe you. You, this all sounds very crazy, but do you, boo boo? Because like he would have made me a believer for some reason. That I think that's the utmost respect there.
I do feel like it had a lot of overlap with the original Thor movie, where dude gets sent to Earth, has powers, is from another planet, kind of basically is a god, um, and then has to get back to the planet to save his people. Not saying that He-Man in any way rips off Thor, but
There's parallels.
the similarities were there.
I think you can kind of say that without saying that because as soon as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, we had this.
That hit me too.
I loved
Yeah.
Thor. Another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we got, I'm going to have to read them off because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. We got Tila, Duncan, we got Fisto, Ram Man, you know, Trapjaw. Do y'all remember any of the toys and had a favorite bad guy or anything like that?
I only knew He-Man and Skeletor. I didn't even and She-Ra, but of course,
That's
I remember the neck guy. I can't remember what his name was, but
hold up. I gotta remember it. Mecha Neck.
yeah. I thought it was cool how, again, it was silly, but it was cool how him as a kid being displaced to Earth remembered all these characters and he came up with names for them.
Yeah.
And they didn't necessarily call themselves that. And then so he went back and he's like, "Oh, you're Mechaneck, you're Trapjaw, you're whatever." That was pretty funny. And then of course they're like, "What do you call yourself?" He's like, "He-Man." Like,
yeah,
that's
that was
lame.
another thing. Yeah, that was another thing I liked too about that. Also, Flashman. Is that what they actually called the characters in the TV show? Because I don't remember. Like I said, or they
I
actually have
do.
different names.
They had pretty much the same names. They looked different, obviously, but yeah, it was pretty much the same. So what I was getting at is Trapjaw, right? In the cartoon, he was that side bad guy that was just always there, just kind of. He would either kick ass or he'd get his ass kicked, is what it was. And then seeing him in live action, it was kind of cool. You know, I thought they did really good with the CG on him and with his arm and being able to switch out and go to different weapons and blah blah blah. Yeah,
And he's the one that, so there's another parallel. He's the one that Idris Elba lost to originally, right?
correct. Yes,
And
And Idris
Idris
Elba
Elba
also
was
in Thor.
also in Thor
Was.
and was kind of Thor's like buddy, mentor, whatever. So I just now thought about that.
now you're putting too many points together that I'm not going to be unable to think of.
We're not saying they copied, but they definitely looked over the shoulder when they were making this movie. Which,
It's not a
worked,
bad
though.
thing. I mean, it worked.
yeah, it worked.
Mm.
Like
Okay,
for
so-
me, go ahead.
Oh, well, I think go ahead with what you're going to say because I'm going to pivot us to a different point after what you say.
Well, what I was going to say is, you know, everybody had hesitations online about this movie. Was it going to be too serious? Was it going to be campy? I feel like it was just the right amount of serious tone and goofy, which again plays back into the Marvel side of things. Think about it. Thor, serious at times, goofy as shit at others. And I feel like this movie definitely hit the feel of the cartoon, the feel of the other movie, and added to it.
I agree and disagree with what you said, but only because as I was watching the movie, I did not expect it to be campy. I thought this was going to be like they were going to try to be serious with themselves. I think it did help that they didn't take themselves too seriously, but I feel like there were a few times where I'm like, huh, this is a pretty badass scene. Then all of a sudden, like the scene where they're slow-mo walking after they break out and then the dust causes them to all start coughing. At first I was kind of like, no, this is like their cool Marvel, Avengers spinning scene. Like it's bad. Oh wait, oh they made a joke out of it already. I'm like, damn it! Like that took
It's
me out of the
very
moment for a second. Yeah,
that was very James Gunn-esque.
yeah. Like I was like, I'm invested in this badass serious team, and then all of a sudden we got to throw a joke in there. I'm like, oh, okay. But I think it worked
Yeah.
amazing for Skeletor though.
Yes. I was going to go to that. Do we think Jared Leto has dug himself out of that hole that he's been?
That was Jared Leto.
That was
Yeah,
Jared
yeah.
Leto.
I did not
I
know
don't know
that.
if that was him in the suit doing all the mocap or
But
stuff.
he was the voice. I did not know that.
He was definitely in the suit too, because
Was he?
obviously his face is that's not what his
It
face
was-
looks like.
Are you
So
sure
when
it's
they
not?
green screen mocapped his face, like the people around him would see his face, but it was covered in blood because he was trying to keep them, like I don't want to look at him because it's basically a skeleton face.
Yeah.
So he was being method, but yes, that was him in the suit.
Okay. I didn't know that. So that's cool. So
Did not know
with
that.
that said, did he dig himself out of the hole of Morbius and Joker? Like, do we think he's on an uptick in quality of his performance? Because I do believe so with the Skeletor. Because he kept the goofiness, like when he yelled, "I have the power," and then just started pumping the sword in the air, like, why the hell isn't this working? I lost it laughing. I think he was perfectly cast for this movie. I really
I don't think he's a bad actor. I think it's similar to what we discussed in other podcasts. The writing,
Circumstances, yeah.
yeah. I think he's a great actor. I think he's a great method actor, character actor. He becomes the character. He's just unfortunately been in some movies that have not been great.
Yeah, because I
But
can piggyback and agree with Jill on that. I can say I didn't hate his portrayal in Morbius. That movie
that was the story.
it is what it is.
100%.
it was weak, right?
Yeah. I would have loved to see his Joker like in a different setting. Like if Ben Affleck had got the Batman movie, I would have loved to seen how that Joker became that Joker. But again, it's just that he wasn't given what he should have been given direction wise. But yeah.
Well, and they had like 2 hours of film, and they cut his parts down to less than like 10 minutes.
Less
Yeah,
than that.
when he was a
Yeah, less
big
than
chunk
that.
of that too.
But no, that makes me happy that was him. I really didn't know that, and I like Skeletor in the movie. Other than he was super thirsty.
I mean, I wish I looked like that. I'm just saying.
I mean, but like he's like He-Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he definitely did that. He definitely looked at Evil Lynn a lot. So,
Yeah. I mean, well, who wouldn't? But
I mean,
anywho.
So in and this is because I don't know. I was hoping him and is it Tila was the girl's name that they were gonna hook up. Did they ever hook up in the show or anything like that?
I believe so. I could be wrong because
Okay.
it's been a long ass time since I watched all of the cartoon.
Because
But I
she
do
friend
believe,
zoned him pretty quick, and I'm like, damn, I really wanted them to hook up.
I do think it happens in the comic or in the cartoon.
So, Flashman, what's one scene that stood out to you as your best scene or favorite scene? And then what was one scene that you were like, oh, this is just weird.
Good
I
question.
didn't like it.
The one I didn't care for was when they crash in the forest and he's around there trying to hit on Tila and they go to kiss and then Idris Elba just shows up. But the part where he just lifts up the damn ship and is like, this is heavy, I thought was stupid. It was funny, but it was stupid, right? My favorite scene in the movie was probably the last fight between Adam and Skeletor because we got all the different variants of Skeletor during that fight. Right? We saw him in Office Space. We saw him in the gym. Like, that's the campy crap that I loved from the cartoon.
I liked Allison Brie.
Yeah.
Um,
Tracks. We know that.
Evil Lynn, yep. Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish she would have towards the end. Again, I don't know that character at all, but I kind of wish at the end. Obviously, she's taken a bunch of shit from Skeletor. Kind of wish at the end she would have like changed sides and just gave him like an extra like Zap dose of his own medicine. Um, Zapdos is a Pokemon, but you know what I mean. Um, I liked her character and every scene that she was in. I enjoyed, and I'm sticking to that.
I wonder why. Yeah,
Scene that I did not like
yeah.
was the original when I feel like it was rushed from like they do the origin story, then he's on this date telling this girl whatever, and then he's on Earth, he's in the real world, he hates his life, he hates whatever. Felt like that whole thing was rushed. Like after he finds the sword, the beast guy comes after him, Tila comes to save him. I just overall felt like that entire scene was rushed. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, let's hop on my spaceship and go home."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So him being on Earth really like it adds to the story, but he's on Earth for entire 10 minutes of the movie, and now you're going back to um Themyscira or wherever the
Eternia.
fuck it is. Eternia. Um, I tried. I tried.
Close enough.
It's like, oh, there's high stakes because Earth, where we, the viewers, are watching live, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna take the battle back to Eternia. Oh, okay. Like felt like that piece was rushed, and because of that, I didn't like that section 10, 15 minutes of the movie, whatever it was. I feel like either have everything take place on Earth or have everything take place on Eternia. It didn't really make sense. I mean, I get why they did it, but it just felt rushed. I didn't like that piece.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense from a, I'm gonna say casual viewer because let's face it, if you didn't watch the cartoons or any of the other crap that came out in the 80s, early 90s, you have no idea what the hell's happening in this movie.
Were they ever on Earth in the cartoon?
In flashbacks, if I again, it's been a long time, but I do
Okay,
believe so in flashbacks.
but the primary story took place on
Yes.
Eternia, and how easily it was to like, oh, let's hop on my spaceship, let's bend space time and get back to Eternia. That took me out for a minute, and then I was back in. But it was like, oh, that's kind of like this build up, and then there's zero stakes.
Yeah.
So,
Because actually, yeah,
but
that was pretty much a bit of both of what you said is what I liked and didn't like about the movie. I'll say what I liked first. Well, favorite part was how you said, Flashman, the last fight where we're flashing and um HR Skeletor. That was my favorite because it caught me completely 1,000% off guard. I was like, I had no idea that was coming up, and I was like, ha, this is kind of funny. And then seeing him jump back and forth and him in the date as you were referring to Jill when he the date that was from the first movie that was a flashback in the dream for the fight at the end, if that makes sense. But yeah, and then also what you were saying with it being on Earth and all of a sudden when he finds his sword and then it doesn't work when he says I have the power and then boom, but apparently that was a beacon but it didn't work. I was like, I guess that means it didn't work on Earth maybe, but it still sent out a call like, hey, okay, now that rushes it to where everyone is coming after him
everybody
to try to
knows,
save him.
yeah.
And then also she had a badass her weapon, the staff. Um, when the
Caleb
yes, when the alien when she was fighting the alien that was coming to get him in the Winter Soldier scene on the
on the bridge.
bridge, yeah, they leave without that. I'm like, that was a pretty cool badass weapon, and you just left it. I was like, oh, that was the worst part for me was basically how that seemed. Okay, it didn't work, but that called everyone here, and now we got to go. It was just too much. Yeah, not,
You know,
like
now
Jill said,
that
it kind of took me out, but then after they recovered well, but it did take me out for a second.
yeah. Now that y'all have mentioned it, and I'm sitting here thinking it back through my head, that yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I feel like they set up all these high stakes, like in the flashback when he's telling his story, he gets transported to Earth, he loses the sword after literally they're like, hold on to the sword, and he loses it. Supposedly he's been searching his entire life for it, but then he finds it and it's in the same city that he's in. that was a little convenient. Again, I get for plot purposes, you got a limited time, but the way they were setting that up, I felt like more of the movie was going to be focused on them. Like Tila was going to show up, they were going to be searching for the sword, and then third act of the movie, they would find it. He would become He-Man. But like, it's just like, oh yeah, here's this Conan the Barbarian, He-Man looking guy that also has a sword similar to yours. It's your exact sword. Go ahead and take it. And that was
Yeah.
super convenient.
So, talking about the sword and the character that was holding it, do either of you know who that was?
Conan the Barbarian.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm pretty sure that was Wonder Bread He-Man. He came out.
Wonder Bread.
He came out with black hair or brown hair and brown loincloth, and the whole getup was just crappy brown. They only did it one time for one run, and then it all got switched over to the blonde. I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yep. See that's a point in the movie where I'm not gonna get those cameos or Easter eggs because I don't know too much of the lore. But did that stop me from enjoying the movie? No. I was thinking more of this movie was going to be on Earth, kind of like Thor was, and then like you said, the third act he's He-Man, but he was He-Man by the middle of the second act, which I think actually worked for this movie because I'm like, okay, didn't need too much of the origin story. Boom, just got right into the action. I was like, okay, I can respect that.
I mean, we're going into a Masters He-Man movie. I want to see He-Man. I mean, we have that same gripe when it comes to backstories and origins for other superhero characters, right? We just talked about it. So it's like I'm glad that they went into it as strong and fast as they did.
I did like that he became He-Man pretty early on with everything that was going on. The guy in the comic book store that was the Wonder Bread He-Man reminded me of, if you've ever played Fallout, there's a character called Grognak the Barbarian. It reminded me of that character, which is a knockoff of Conan, but I digress.
Y'all saw the post-credit scenes, correct?
Did we?
Not
All of them?
not in theaters, but I did see them outside of theaters. I think some of us in the theater when we went to go see this were a little bit tipsy and didn't I couldn't wait and had to go to the
Wait,
bathroom.
did I see this with you?
Yes. I wonder who was tipsy.
Where did we go see
I
it?
mean, you've fallen asleep in movies. At least he was just drunk.
Roanoke, remember? Because I was talking to you about something and you were like, "Oh, I bet that made you feel sad." And I said, "What?" And you said, "I'm drunk."
Was I drunk for that one?
I don't know. I assume so. Or was that
I don't
Supergirl
remember.
when you were saying that?
And you
I
were
was,
drunk for that.
I definitely went because I had an hour to kill before I met you for Supergirl. I definitely had a couple drinks before that.
Well, either way, yes,
Anyway,
we did.
anyway.
We did go see that one together too, and
Okay,
that was
okay.
Roanoke.
Okay, back to the question. You saw the end credits, right? You didn't. All
I
right,
did not.
that Drew, with your knowledge of the Masters universe,
Mm-hmm.
when she was shown on screen from the back, and you saw what was in front of her, did you get excited for the next chapter of this, or was it like,
To
oh boy,
to
another
steal
one?
to steal Steve Rogers' quote from Avengers, I understood that reference.
Was it She-Ra?
It was.
Yes.
Okay.
His sister.
Okay.
It almost to the point where it was kind of like when RDJ was announced for Doom. I was immediately like, "Oh hell yeah, this is great!" But then after it settled, I'm like, "Wait, do we really need this one? Just do another He-Man movie and put her in it. Don't make it an origin story movie for her."
It won't be
because-
an origin with her. I can't imagine it will be. But she's played that little cameo was played by Lauren Saliu, Saliu.
Which I honestly think that she just was a stand-in for
I think so,
the
too.
back silhouette, kind of like the first Thanos face turn for Avengers. Everyone's like, "Who's that guy?" And everyone
But
else was like,
but it was Josh Brolin. Originally, it was Josh Brolin.
"Oh, so that was Josh Brolin."
That's
Wow.
my story. I'm sticking to it.
You
Learning all
heard it
kinds
first
of
here on Just Us Bros. But yeah, but that one, like I said, immediate excitement. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, where's this gonna go? But not deterred. But yes. And then the one with Oh well, okay. Go ahead with which one you want to talk about next, because there were
In
three.
credit was?
Yeah, there were three, right?
Yep. So Orko, did you understand that one? Do you remember him?
Like the end of the show, public service announcement type thing. Yeah, that I felt like that was a nice end
So
credit, I guess.
so he is a major character in the show. Like major. And the fact that they held him out until that scene, they were hoping that would draw more of the hardcore fans in from the way I understand it.
Oh, kind of like what the Super Mario movie did with their end credit scene, but anyway,
Star Fox.
oh, a different one.
But yes, Star Fox, same thing.
I've not seen that movie.
And then the last one where, you know, she picks up the head, the skeleton head.
Which that scene for me, kind of the same sentiments as Jill. Kind of wish that she would have. I know it's not canon to the show, but the way she was treated and the way it seemed like she was teetering on, should I just say screw him and
We talking about Alison Brie?
yes, and join the good people, but that just signifies A, Skeletor is coming back, and B, she's working for somebody that is more powerful than Skeletor was, which Skeletor wasn't a lightweight in this movie.
Yeah.
And she's still on Team Bad.
Bad girls always have more fun, right?
She'll always be a baddie in my heart. Well, now I'm gonna have to go watch all three of those because I have not seen those.
Luckily, they should be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, you.
Why didn't we watch
Or-
them in the theater?
You were probably
because
passing out
you had to
during
go to
them.
the bathroom. I think we saw the first one where it was like the PSA, and then you're like, I gotta
PSA.
go.
What does that mean?
Public service announcement, like the end of the cartoons.
Of Orko.
Yeah,
Didn't see that either.
I think he went to the bathroom by that time.
He's basically He-Man's magician, right? He's got magical abilities. Just like she has abilities that Skeletor can use. Does that make sense? Last question. Battle Cat. Success, fail.
Should have come sooner.
That is what
That-
she said.
That
To
is-
me, it was pretty badass. I was waiting for that the entire movie.
I was too, and it also took me back to when we went to a Big Lick Comic Con here in Roanoke, Virginia, which happens 3 times a year. 2 times.
I
a
was
year,
dressed.
sorry.
I looked like He-Man.
Yeah, at that time, and there was also
They
one
brought
where
him.
they had that Battle Cat
They
series
brought
went
him.
out in my Daredevil Batman combination, which didn't turn out the way I wanted it to because that's not what I was going for, but that's what happened. So, yeah, it made me want a Battle Cat.
The entire movie. Where's his little tiger?
It's just kind of living its life. I don't know.
And then all of a sudden at the end of the movie, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm still here. Do you remember me? Where have you been?"
What'd y'all think of Roboto?
Which one was that?
I was thinking the same thing.
He was the big bad, or she was the big bad nurse taking care of
Oh,
him, and then she comes out and rockets and
gave me the vibes from that one Star Wars movie, Rogue One, where we all fell asleep in because we were drinking, not because it was bad. But that robot from that movie, I was getting mad vibes from that one.
I have no
That
idea what you're talking about.
again.
Well, that being said, I digged the He-Man's version. Yes.
Yeah.
Was that also a regular character from the cartoon, or was that something added?
I don't know, to be perfectly honest.
Because I feel like I don't remember that person before. That may have been an intro to the series for like their version of like a Grogu character where it's a lovable goof.
Yeah,
But,
I really don't know.
but Jill, what did you think of her?
I don't know who we're talking about.
Battle Cat.
You said Roboto.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck! I gotta stop drinking too.
I like Battle Cat,
okay,
but I don't know who the hell Roboto is.
remember when we found
A2SO
Duncan?
from Star Wars.
Yes, there you go. But in He-Man, remember when they found Duncan again and he was the drunk, and then that robot that was taking care of
He
him,
was
that,
drunken.
He was definitely drunken.
that he reprogrammed to only care for and not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a battle droid.
I liked
Yeah.
I liked her personality. I was disappointed that she got blown up.
Did you tear up when she died?
No, because she's a robot.
I did.
Really?
Yep. Sure
But
did.
she is coming back, right?
Yeah. She'll
That's
be
why
back.
I didn't get sad.
Uh, did you get sad when Tony Stark died and you know his ass is coming back?
We didn't
Well,
know his ass was coming back though at the time.
we assumed he was coming back, but that was a death you saw on the screen, so we were like, oh man, this must be real.
I know they're different character weights. Like I got you, but same thing. Like
Tony Stark was like what, 10 years in the making at the time.
He-Man's now the '80s, so almost 40 years.
Well, I'm talking about on screen, on the in the cinematic universe. I think he was very fit.
He
He
said
was a
that
bit
his
fit, didn't
workout
he?
regimen was insane.
I was like you could even see it when he was Adam on Earth wearing like long sleeves. You're like, this dude is jacked. I get what Skeletor was getting at.
Hey, you're pointing at me on my screen. What are you doing? Oh, you're pointing at
But no,
Skeletor. I thought you were pointing at me.
mad respect to the actor. I don't know what he looked like before taking on this role, but mad respect for him for getting in that kind of shape because it's not easy.
All three of us could. We just, don't need day jobs or, anything else, and we can
Don't eat
have
pizza.
a personal trainer that costs
I'm not doing
20K a week. And
What would you want to see in the next one?
He-Man and Tila hook up, and then
Duncan walk in on him.
Drunken catches him.
Okay.
that's my baby girl.
But then he goes, "Mommy," and gives him a fist bump, like he approves of it.
Did y'all like the fact that we all thought that his little chest thing was a like an oxygen tank or whatever, and the fucker pulls it off and it's a flask?
Mhm.
I did laugh at that. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. What I would want to see for the next movie, I would think, who is worse than Skeletor and what would he bring down upon Eternia? Is he going to attack Eternia? Do they have to go save somebody from this boss of Skeletor? That's what I would want to see.
I would like to see Threat come to Earth, and Adam has to go back and protect Earth. So Threat from Eternia, whether it's Skeletor or a bigger, badder person, goes to Earth for whatever reason. I don't know what the plot device would be for them to go to Earth, but Earth's in trouble, and he has to go back and protect Earth.
Well, now with Beast Guy, like they know that kind of shit's real.
Yeah.
So it's not too far out of the realm of possibilities, I guess. But I'm with y'all. I'd like to see something, and I wish I could remember the cartoon better. I really do. I know there's other big baddies that would make
I
interesting.
want a real baddie.
So you want? Never mind. I'm gonna stop there.
It's a
Anyway,
PG show.
Come on, Allison Brie.
It's Skeletor.
hey, that was actually pretty good.
Remember.
That's from Robot Chicken.
Everybody knows the memes.
Until we meet again.
And next time,
Next
Till
time.
next time.
all right, guys. He-Man, did you like it? Did you love it? Let us know in the comments. I'm Flashman.
I am still shorter than both of these guys, even on podcast screen. What the hell? But Bat Drew.
I am Green Lantern.
Have a good one.